about your mentors. You have quite a few.
Wow, too numerous to name. So let's boil this down. Let's boil this down. I would say the first mentor is my father.
Yeah.
What an amazing man. A picture of commitment, a picture of hard work, a picture of community, a picture of what it means to love your wife and to raise your children. He was just a man who loved people, and we got an opportunity firsthand, my brothers and I, to see what it looks like to serve other people with no agenda other than to see them blessed. And so he was just a mentor. I think there's a passage that says, unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it's unable to produce fruit. It's amazing. After his death, all of the lessons that he taught came rushing back. And so I'm just trying to live a life that honors who he was. And so he was certainly the first one. Then there was Mr. Elrod.
Hold on, go back to your father.
Yeah.
You told a story of how at Thanksgiving it wouldn't be strange for homeless people to be at your table.
It was not strange for homeless people to be at our table at Thanksgiving and even Christmas. Derelicts, folks from just disparaging situations, the least, the last, the lost, and the left out in our community and our society. It was nothing for them to be around our table. Again, he worked in a soul food restaurant that was downtown. So he hired a lot of people that were considered unemployable. And they weren't just transactional relationships. These were people he developed real relationships with depth. And so knowing their situations, our table would be filled with people, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it was just cool. And so there were just relationships that we got an opportunity to see.
Beautiful.
And, yeah, it was amazing. We just never knew who was going to be around the table.
Awesome.
We knew somebody.
Yes, somebody. And then Mr. Elrod.
Mr. Elrod was my football coach, and again, growing up in the South, race relations and those things can be a little tenuous, even growing up in the 70s and early 80s. But amazing picture of a man who embraced me as a son and loved me dearly. And I got an opportunity to be a part of their family beyond football. And it was an incredible experience. He treated me as a young man.
Race was off the table.
Race was off the table. He treated me as a young man with dignity and with pride. I wasn't just an asset because I could play sports, but I got an opportunity to be intimate with him and his family around the dinner table, going out for dinner, just coming over even if there were no games, and just kind of hanging out with his son, who I recently reconnected with through social media. Awesome. And so Mr. Elrod was a very significant part of my life. I got an opportunity to see what it looks like outside of my own household when another man loves his family and raises his children and has no agenda except for to serve. And that was a great picture for me early on to see Mr. Elrod do that. And so
shout out to Mr. Elrod. Shout out to your dad in heaven. I know he's looking down right now.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yeah. So Mr. Elrod was one, and then there was Mr. Woods, who was a phys ed teacher at a new school that I had transitioned to because our elementary school had closed down, so I was bused across town. And to see this man who looked like the R&B singer Teddy Pendergrass, tall, good-looking man, but he was very quick to pull me aside and say, man, you have something special and unique about you, and you need not to lower your standards and who you are in order to be able to fit in. And he challenged me very quickly. I wasn't at the school very long before he challenged me very quickly, not just athletically, but about my intellect and my character. And so being able to see another strong man was just amazing to me, who was athletic, who apparently was very smart, and an educator. And so he was a big influence. We never had a lot of words, but the words that we would always have were incredibly meaningful, powerful, always had impact. Yeah, so that was Mr. Woods. And then Miss Powell.
Yes.
Oh, Miss Powell.
Miss Powell.
My second grade teacher, who recognized my love for history, in particular African-American history. And so in the second grade, she wrote a note home to my mom and dad and said, we don't know what you guys are doing at home, but your son has a proclivity. And I still know
I love that word.
And I still know that word because she used it. Your son has a proclivity for what we call black history then. And so in her enthusiasm to sort of support that and celebrate that, she purchased about 4 tickets for my family to go see the play called Selma that was traveling around the country at the time. And so my dad and my cousin and one other person, we had an opportunity to go see Selma, the play. when I was in the 2nd grade. And so
because of your 2nd grade teacher, Miss Powell.
yeah, because of my 2nd grade teacher, Miss Powell.
Shout out to Miss Powell.
Miss Powell.
Wherever you are.
Wherever you are.
Yes,
Yeah,
how beautiful is that?
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. And
teachers are so important in our lives.
They are incredibly important, especially when they invest in kids, when they see things in kids.
When they see it as a calling and not a job.
Yes, when they see it as a calling and not a job, and they're able to extract that.
Yes.
They're able to speak into that. They're able to nurture and encourage that. And when they're able to celebrate that, what an amazing thing it is.
High five.